and welcome to the Clueless Collective, episode 7!
Hello.
Hey, hello.
This is episode 7, this is No Mind's Skywatch, which is a very clever amalgamation of words that I promise I didn't just jumble a bunch of game names together. We are going to be talking about gaming, as per usual. We have lots of topics to cover today, many of which you can probably guess, but we're going to say them anyway. We are talking about new Kickstarter game, what we've been doing this week, Overwatch, new maps and changes to competitive mode, the No Man's Sky release, Twitch buying curse, and the Hearthstone expansion, One Night in Karazhan. We're also going to have some freebies to give away at the end of the stream as well, so make sure you're around for that, and we'll get started. So, say hello to everybody's lovely faces. Hello. We are joined by Revan.
Hello.
There you are. And also Dawn.
Hello.
There you go. And so, we shall get right into it. So, what has everybody been playing today? So, not today, this week. I know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
So, yeah. So, me and Dawn have been playing the same game, haven't we? We have been playing a lot of Minecraft.
A lot of Minecraft.
Shockingly amount of Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's been good though.
It has.
Really good.
So,
Yeah.
we've all been playing it. We've been playing on a private server of ours that we have. It's on the Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved mod pack, which, if you don't know, basically adds a bunch of cool machines and magic and all that jazz to Minecraft.
It's probably my favourite mod pack as well out of the ones
Oh,
that
yeah.
we kind of talked about.
There's some really cool stuff in it. And I haven't really experimented with mods before, so I think this is a good
Yeah.
place to start, really.
It's been really fun to just hang out and play some games. We have a couple of Dawn's IRL friends as well. Come join us. And we've been, experimenting with crazy magics and all that jazz. It's all fun and games until Revan ruins everything as per usual.
Yeah.
I mean, look, with Flux, it wasn't my fault, okay? I may have got it slightly wrong.
He may have polluted the entire atmosphere, it's
say
a
that.
small thing.
Wasn't
It's
bad.
nothing bad. But yeah, so we've been playing that. It's been super fun. So recently, Dawn streamed Minecraft.
I did.
That was your lot. Not
I've been
yesterday's
building
stream, day
farm.
before.
I'm good.
Yeah, so Dawn's working on a farm that she's got a bunch of animals together, and me and Revan live in the same base at the moment. Revan's a vampire. And
Yeah,
so
that's difficult.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
been
so annoying.
interesting.
I'm the only human left on the server, and it's like, I want to sleep at night time. I
You're
have
not the
things
only
to
human.
do.
I'm the human now.
But,
I used to be a vampire, but I
Used to be
changed back.
vampire.
Yeah.
Ex-vampire.
And
Ash kind of wimped out. 'cause he
I
couldn't deal with it.
I wanted to breed bees, okay? Do you realise how hard it is to breed bees when you're a vampire?
That's why you don't pick bees. Bees
But
are the worst mod
bees-
pack in that pack. It's just mod pack in that pack, mod in that pack.
Yeah,
It's quite a lot of work. for
It does.
one
It's
bees.
so annoying.
it does. It's
What
good
do you
fun.
even
though.
get from them? Just like honey?
No. You get like crazy rare items. Like you can breed bees that like give you diamonds and stuff like that. It's crazy good.
We have plenty of
So
diamonds.
yeah, but it's
I
really
had
cool.
them, and then I died in lava.
Oh,
And then I
that's
died
hilarious.
again
Yeah.
trying to get my stuff. And then I died again. And it was great fun.
It
Yeah.
was funny watching. It was really funny.
I'm quite impressed with my building skills so far, though. I've really stepped up. And
You
built
have.
well.
I
No
have to
wonder
admit.
Am I building dirt huts?
I have to admit, right? I was very shocked when I saw the sort of stuff you built. So if you guys haven't seen on Dawn's stream, which by the way you should go and check out because she streams a lot, the link is on the thing down there, but for Dawn's over there. I know, pointy arrows and things.
Places.
Yeah, she recently built her barn, which was already good on its own, but then she even went one step further and started building a forge to have like furnaces and things in. And I have to say, I was shocked at how well built it was, to be honest. I was not
Yeah.
expecting that. It looks amazing, which is incredible considering she didn't know how to make a double chest in Minecraft.
Did she not?
No.
Oh god.
I didn't. I was like, how do people make these big chests? Like, oh, it must be magic. It must be part of the mod pack.
Yeah.
Such a noob.
Yeah, it's surprising what you can do when you don't know how to build a double chest.
I tried so hard.
But she got there. She got there in the end. She's just learning. You're learning.
I'm learning
It's all
the
good.
things.
She's got some power running. We've got got tesseracts set up around the area, so she never has to run out of power. I've been breeding crops so that I can learn how to make sushi. It's amazing, by the way. I made some ice cream the other day in Minecraft. It was awesome. But yeah,
That's incredible.
And then another big thing that's happened this week, which Revan has been talking about for the last 3 episodes of the podcast. No Man's Sky came out.
Finally got to play it.
And Revan has been playing a lot of it. So yeah.
Well, you say that. I mean, I've been busy, but I played about 10 hours of it so far.
Yeah.
And it is literally everything I ever wanted in that game for that game.
So you've been enjoying it then?
And, yeah, I mean, people have this kind of thought process that No Man's Sky is just going to be this one-time game that's just going to just fail miserably. It's not going to be fun. It's not going to be entertaining to play. It's not going to be repeatable. It's just But you've got to realise that this game is basically the love child of Minecraft and Elite.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
If you like Elite, then you're gonna like No Man's Sky probably even better because it's not as restricting. Because you can actually land on planets and you can actually explore. I mean, you can get immersed in the game quite heavily if you let it. You've got to let it just take. And you know, someone who loves sci-fi and just space and just everything like that genre, it's incredible. Just like I started off on this extremely hazardous
anecdote
planet.
time.
No, it's fine. It won't be a Lewis from the Oscars anecdote. It's fine.
No, okay, good.
It won't be, I promise. So it had acid rain on it, and
Nice.
the one thing I don't like about the game is the tutorial. So you crash land on this planet, a different planet every time, and you have to obviously fix your ship and grind it a little bit and mine resources. And you do that, it's fine. But then the tutorial goes on to you trying to make your hyper drive to warp out of the system you're in.
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, what I did was for 4 hours I decided just to explore the whole system. Go from planet to planet. It was about 3 planets.
Nice.
It wasn't too many, but you can get distracted in the game quite easily. Considering, like, I was meant to do some sort of tutorial that wasn't really displayed very well. That's one thing I don't like about it, but it's fine. It's stealable. You don't have to worry about it. But then, once you're on a planet, then you do the whole kind of search thing where you search for nearby monoliths and you discover the alien race's language and you kind of get to know them and get to know their culture, which is really interesting as well. But you can also get distracted by doing little puzzles in these kind of NPC homes. So for example, you go to an observatory, you complete the little puzzle that it gives you, and you get then a transmission from a downed spaceship.
Oh, that's cool. I like the idea of
a few
that.
hours. Yeah, and you can actually, if it's better than the ship you're on, you can upgrade it and fix it and fly away with it.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a really great game just to really sink a lot of hours in. And even if you you go to that game and you play for maybe 2 hours, you stop and play some Overwatch and go and chill or whatever. It's one of those games that you can go back to and just not
worry.
Not worry about it too much. And Zio has just said about mods. I think they're planning on letting you be able to mod the game.
Yeah.
So it's very much it's in a multiplayer universe in a sense, but
we won't get into that till later.
Fine.
Yeah.
Mention it.
Yeah.
You can play it as a single player. It's very much a single player game.
It's a bit like Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, a bit like Elder Scrolls Online, but you don't actually see anyone.
Ever.
No, I'm sure you can.
Yeah.
Well, I know what Jack says on there. He says it. How do you all think of the Gek? Well, I don't know about you two. Have you met the Gek yet?
I haven't played the game. I like the game. I like the idea. I don't think it's worth the amount of money that it costs. Personally, for me, that's too much money for what you get. But
Actually,
I can see why people would like to buy the game, and like I said both of you before, there are certain types of people where you're going to like the game no matter what's in it.
Yeah.
And you are specifically one of those people, Revan, where you knew that even if it didn't live up to the hype, it was going to be something you wanted to invest your time in, and like that's cool. But I think a lot of people overhyped this game more than they should have done.
It's all the fan base's fault, I personally say, and the public's fault, because they didn't. They imagined way too much for what this game was actually going to be like, and they actually, Hello Games never said anything about most of the stuff that people were talking about.
That's true.
They always talked about what this game is going to be, and even Sean and I even said that this game isn't for everyone. Yeah. And it's not going to be for everyone. I know that. But I know when they add base building and flying freighters, I mean, people will then get into it again. Yeah. And the other updates will probably add even more content, so it's not a done game. There's going to be so much more. So if you're like not sure about this game, then obviously wait for the next few months, because then you kind of get a kind of idea of how it's going and what direction it's going in. As well, I was thinking actually before we were talking, it's quite a good game to watch. So if you don't have plans to watch it, you can easily sit down and watch some content of this, and you can easily make the content as well. It's quite a nice little. It's a YouTube game. Like
Minecraft. I can see that being a thing.
I mean, the problem was there were two different camps of players. Like there always are two different camps of players. Like people are happy to explore on their own, and then people who want a story experience handed to them like on a golden platter and want their hand held for the entire time.
Well, there is a story. I mean, you are getting a story at the game. You start the game and you have to look for Atlas. You can either choose to follow Atlas or not. So if you follow Atlas like I did, you actually have a spot on your galaxy on the map where you have to travel to, and it may be a bit grindy because I have to travel 3 or 4 systems away. So that means I have to grind quite a lot to make fuel for my hyperdrive. Which is fine. I mean, you can grind for days. I mean, it's like World of Warcraft. Like people just grind. But
like I enjoy grinding. I think it's so fun. But then most people I talked about No Man's Sky, they were like, "Oh yeah, the first 2 hours were fun, and then like it lost all the story and plot, and then it was samey."
Yeah, I mean, you've got to kind of be in that kind of mindset that you're gonna enjoy landing on a different planet, going, "Oh my god, look at these gorgeous textures. I mean, look at this moon that's just there in the horizon." You know, you've got to really like that sort of thing, and that's why people probably
went too
away
far.
From it now.
Right.
People hyped up.
Next up on the list, before we start taking away from the other sections of the podcast, we're going to talk about a Kickstarter spotlight. So this week we are spotlighting a game that we found. I've been following it for a lot longer than probably the others who have. It's a game called Diabotical, and I have to say it's very impressive. So Diabotical, as we're going to show over here, is a game developed by Good Studio, which some of you may know because they are very famous around the Dota scene and esports in general. It looks incredible, considering this has been in development for only about 1.5 years, and it's just gone onto Kickstarter. They've already reached their funding goal, and they reached it in 4 days. And it's basically, the goal was to bring back, that old school, FPS Quake style game. Because the Quake genre hasn't really gone anywhere recently. You have like Quake Live, which is basically just Quake, but it's not like there are payment methods. And the guys at Good Studios didn't want to make a game that was all monetary based and stuff. They just loved the game. The main developer behind it, James, who also owns Good Studio, he used to be a professional Quake player. He used to play in some of the biggest teams like in esports when it was around, so he very much knows what the game is about and what it should be. And so he worked on developing this new arena style Quake-like game, effectively, from his heart. And you can tell just by the trailer that I'm playing now, like, the quality of, like, the amount of love that's been put into this game is incredible. You know, like, the trailer itself, I have to admit, the trailer that we're showing, because there's no audio, it doesn't quite give it much
doesn't do it justice. If you have time later,
honestly, watch the trailer and look at the the Kickstarter link, because honestly, there's a longer version of this trailer where they've like done a full description of like the history and stuff like that, and like honestly, it's super cool. So
it's very colourful,
like,
as well.
Yeah,
it's just, it looks great. I mean, it looks gorgeous.
It looks lively and fun, and they've even specifically said it'll only be cosmetic stuff. You know, they don't want to monetize this. The game is like, I think it's like $10.
Yeah.
I think, which is like crazy, you know, crazy small amounts. But like, you just don't expect it to be like it is. But the thing is like, following this game, I remember when this was in very early stages of development, and like the progress that it's made so far is incredible. You know, they've stayed true to the original Quake weapons. You know, they've tried to keep as much of that personality the original game had, while making it fun. You know, and the trailer, the short trailer, admittedly is filled with memes. And if you watch the long trailer on the Kickstarter project, James, the guy who owns the studio, literally said, "Okay, maybe we put too many memes in the trailer."
Maybe too many deck
But like
memes.
he's if you don't know who James is, a good note, like a good way to recognize him, he's the guy that got fired from the International by Gabe Newell, and Gabe Newell called him an ass. Basically, that's who that guy is. If you've ever heard that story, Gabe Newell fired him for being an ass on the internationals. But he's not. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
The whole situation was a bit weird. Long story short, we're not going to go into it. But yeah, I'd highly suggest you go check it out, because it's really, really, really cool looking. And
it looks like a fun stream game as well.
It does, exactly. So I'd highly recommend it.
It's one class as well. Like, everyone has the same.
Everyone is the same, yeah.
So it's not like, oh, it's unbalanced, I got killed because that class is better than mine. It's like, nah, you stood in my shot.
Exactly. Okay, so next up is gaming news. So this has been a very interesting week for us. As you know, we're all avid Overwatch players, and we play a lot more than we probably should. Won't get into that. We've had a lot of new information come out. So the first thing we've got, which I'm going to show you now, is we've had a new map announced for Overwatch, and it looks incredible. So this map is called Eichenwalde. Forgive me for the pronunciation.
I think you got it right.
I think it's Eichenwalde.
Forest?
It's set in Germany. So Reinhardt's hometown, or castle, if you could put it that way. And this is the birthplace of the Omnic crisis, which, if you don't know the Overwatch lore, is basically what caused Overwatch to come back, and everyone hates the robots, and this is where Bastion comes from. So this is the origin of that particular event in the Overwatch history, and this is the new map. So it is a hybrid map, which means you capture a point and then you get a payload, and then you move the payload through the map to the end. It's not a reverse one like we thought it was. It's literally just the same as the other hybrid maps. So you cap the first point and then you push the payload through the map. It's set in Germany, as I said, and the cool mechanic is the battering ram. So the payload itself is a battering ram that you use to smash through the gates of the castle to get into it.
I thought it was going to be like the first point was the battering ram, and then you capture the first point, and then you knock down the gates.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people
But that's even cooler.
It is, yeah. You literally push the battering ram towards the front gates and then smash through the door, and then you have to push the battering ram through the entirety of it.
That's so
and
cool.
It's really, really cool. So that's what we saw from the new trailer. And yeah, it's pretty sweet because, you know, we've seen stuff like this before where, you know, people have seen a new map or something and, like, everyone's like, oh my god, what's it going to be like? But surprisingly luckily, is that a thing?
Surprisingly luckily.
Yeah, we actually have gameplay because the guys at Unit Lost, who are currently at Gamescom, because this has been previewed at Gamescom, have gameplay footage of the map. So you can actually see some footage here of them playing. I highly recommend you check out the full video. But the gameplay itself is really cool. Like, even the starting area, it's filled with so many props. Like, more than I was expecting.
There's so many gateways into kind of flanking people. There's so many ways that you can really kind of get behind and do a lot of damage and really sneak up on the opponents. I think it's fantastic how they've kind of designed the map. I mean, not just
it's crazy.
But yeah, I mean, they put a lot of work to see, like, how can we make this a lot more competitive to play than, like, most maps. And I can't wait to play it. I really can.
It looks pretty, it looks playable, and it looks like it would be fun to play on.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
It looks like a map. Exactly. And the thing is they've implemented routes for play like Genji and Farah to get to specific important points. Like, there's a bridge that will be shown later on in the footage where they literally have like a little like wooden platform outside of a window where you can stand on it, and then you can like either boost yourself up or you can like use Genji's Swift Strike to get onto the bridge, and you can get behind people who are holding the choke points, which looks really cool. Yeah. And you know, like, the detail they've put into the map and all these different like areas you can go is super cool. You know, they've put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, there's also a really good bastion placement. I think it's when you get up to when you're going to the final push up for the up to the gates, you have like a I can't remember the technical term for tower, the little tower.
Turrets.
But, no, it's not. It's
the
ballista.
Yeah, no, I think it's something.
Siege weapon. I can't. I did TCSE history. I should know this.
You should know. Damn it!
I should know these things. But the little tower that's just guarding the gateway, you can actually place bastion there, and that is
It's a really good spot.
Space.
Like,
really good.
They've put a lot of thought into how the different characters will maneuver around the map.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
good snipe spots as well.
Yeah. There's good snipe spots. There's good like flanking routes for the like Genji and Farah and all that jazz. You've got good routes for like Tracer to escape. There's lots of health packs hidden around in buildings you wouldn't expect, and it looks incredible, you know. And so it's nice to see a bit of a change, because before a lot of emphasis would be put on you have to go through this choke point. You know, if you look at stuff like Volskaya Industries, yes, it has a flank route on the right hand side of that map when you're pushing the last point, but it doesn't actually flank anywhere because it just gets filtered back into the main choke point. And so it's not really the same thing. Whereas with this map, you can plainly see that they have made routes designed specifically for, like, you know, flanking heroes and, you know, hard to catch heroes to be able to dip in and out of the fight really quickly and hide away. And I think that's something that's really important for this game, you know, especially on payload maps. Because I find payload maps get
hide behind Revanheart.
Yeah, exactly. Payload maps are like super linear at the moment, and I think this is going to be a nice change. I think it's going to bring a little bit more life to the game as well. You know?
It's nice.
Plus,
Hopefully
there's so much
continue
lore.
That.
Yeah. Plus, I really hope, really hope Reinhardt gets a skin based on the armor at the end of this map.
He will.
So
he's already got a Crusader skin.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I hope they give him the skin from this particular thing. So at the end of this map, which won't be shown for a while now, but at the end of this map there is a giant set of armor that looks exactly like Reinhardt, but it isn't Reinhardt, sitting on a throne at the end, and it's the remains of the king of Germany at this particular time in history in Overwatch lore. And it's another Reinhardt effectively, but the armor is like super cool. Like it's super like shiny, and you know, it's got like nice bezels and things like that, and it's really cool. And
I think each class will get a skin.
I hope they do. I hope they do. But it looks like it looks really cool, and I'm hoping they give it to him. But like, you have to go in and get the remains.
Yeah, we don't know his parentage. So
we know who he is. We don't know what his story is. So there is reference to him.
Yeah.
So
I'm interested to see what he says. Yeah.
It's not Reinhardt, but it's who Reinhardt served.
Yeah.
Which is why it's like super important. In before plot twist, it's his dad. Rip.
I mean, it could be.
It could be. Yeah. But that's something that we've been looking forward to. So I mean, I'm really excited to just roam around this castle and find like really cool flanking spots for Genji, because as you know, I'm a Genji player, you know. And there's the armor on the screen now. It looks super cool. But yeah. So we also have some changes coming up in competitive. So we've had a developer update from Jeff Kaplan, and he has basically explained what's going on with Season 2 of competitive. So they are scrapping the ranking system as it is now. So it's no longer, you know, your rank 51, your rank 52, and a rank 55 player is like a billion times better than a rank 50 player. They're changing it to a ranking of 1 to 5,000 now. And it's always going to be going up and down.
I didn't know it was that much. I knew they were expanding.
Oh yeah.
The ranking.
They said they wanted to change it so you always can see just how much you're going up and down, because a lot of people had a problem with the whole like notches section of ranked, where like, oh, I won this game and I thought I did really well, but I only went up 1 notch. Does that mean I did really well or I did badly? You know?
Yeah.
And now it's going to be very much, you get a number and you will see it go up and down all the time, but you'll get there's a boundary between what rank you are. And they've changed it to stuff like bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and then like the grandmaster ranks. So now if you hit a specific type of rank, so say I hit diamond level, which could happen maybe if I'm lucky enough.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see indeed.
If you play with me, it will.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, so if you hit diamond level and then you drop down to where like gold would be, you'll still be classed as a diamond level player. So once you attain that rank, you are that rank, even if your ranking technically goes below that boundary.
Okay.
So like, if you're having a bad couple of days where you're just playing really badly, you'll go down, the number itself will go down, but you won't drop out of diamond. So the goal is you want to hit as high a rank as possible, and that's what the core focus is.
So how do you go up then from diamond? Say if you were like bronze and you wanted to get up to say silver or something.
Okay.
How would you go up to silver? Do you just like keep playing
well? Keep playing well, keep winning, and as long as you hit, so your rank number will go up and down every time you play.
Right.
If you there's a boundary between each rank, so like say 1,000 and 1,500 is gold, for instance, and 1,500 to 2,000 is diamond. If you hit that 1,500 mark ever in that season, you're a diamond player. From then on, you are a diamond player.
So you'd be diamond plus the new rank you've got. So you'd have like a symbol for diamond, but then you'd be like.
But you'd also have a number. The number to see exactly.
So you keep like the badge, as it were.
Yeah.
So technically, the number doesn't really matter anymore. It's about your badge.
No, it's just to make the players feel like they're actually doing something. Because I think all of us can agree that when we were playing competitive, one of the main criticisms we had was that it felt like if you lost a game really badly, you were punished like significantly.
Yeah.
But if you won a game really well, you barely got anything back.
Like, well done, 1 notch on your bar.
Yeah, exactly. 1 notch on your bar. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm good? Does that mean I'm bad? What does 1 notch mean? So they're getting rid of that completely. It's going.
Good.
And they're also introducing like skill decay. So what that means is you'll attain your rank as per usual. So, you know, if you hit diamond, you're a diamond level player. And then what they're doing is if you don't play for 7 days, your rank will slowly drop down back to the base value for the rank you achieved. So you'll never drop out of diamond, so to speak.
Oh, that's good.
but you will be at the very lowest number for that rank if you don't play within 7 days, and it will go down every 24 hours you don't play competitive. So, like, it encourages you to try and keep playing in order to get to, you know, the next rank without, like, punishing you for not playing, you know.
Bit of a cheeky Blizzard move, though. They know how to keep you playing.
Oh, yeah.
It's like with raiding and stuff. It's like, oh, you've got to, you know, get this gear and this reputation in order to do it, and you have to keep that reputation up. So they know what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. They know exactly what they're doing.
Considering, like, I work, so that means if I don't play with you guys for a week, for example, because I'm busy, because I will be busy soon. That's the point. They're punishing me for not having enough time to play the game.
But that's why they've done it specifically, so you won't drop out of the bracket you're in. So, say you are a diamond level player and the bracket for diamond is, say, 1,500 to 2,000, and you were at 1,700 when you stopped playing, you'll only drop down to 1,500 and then it will stop. And that's over a period of time.
Kind of okay.
So that's a week plus however long it takes to... Because it starts going down every 24 hours rather than, like, all at once. So you do have, like, even if you can only fit one game in, you know, in the week,
better than nothing.
It's you've still got you have a chance to keep your rank at where it was.
That's fair enough.
So that's good.
And did they say anything about how many games we have to play to get a rank? Was it...
They didn't say how many games, but they've said that they're changing the way, like, competitive points and stuff works. So now competitive points you're going to get 10 times more. But the skins are going to cost 10 times more. And that's to revolve around the new system of your rank going up and down all the time. So, yeah. But it basically means that any competitive points you have now as a player, those are getting multiplied by 10 when the new season starts.
So don't spend them.
You may as well not spend them and just get the 10 times more. So if you have any competitive points and you're out there playing competitive, don't spend them because you'll lose them and you don't want to do that. But yeah, so that's basically what's coming with Overwatch Season 2 competitive. That's really cool. So we've had the new map and we've had changes to Season 2. Sudden death is also gone, which is like the best thing ever because almost every single Overwatch player ever wanted it to die a painful death for what it's done to us. And I think everyone will agree that, you know, it's something that needed to be done.
Thank God it's gone.
Thank God it's gone, exactly.
And death is dead.
And yeah, so next up on our list is the No Man's Sky release. And I know you all know what No Man's Sky is, because we've already talked like at least 20 minutes on it, thanks to Rayman.
Sorry.
But this is it's been one of those interesting adventures. So a lot of people have not been happy with the release, and rightfully so for some of them. You know, a lot of people have had issues running the game and it just wouldn't work, you know, and that's fair enough.
Menial things. Like, most of them hadn't updated their drivers. Yeah,
most of them hadn't, but, like, again, there were some issues that weren't down to drivers, and, the thing is it is just a port of the PlayStation version. You have to acknowledge that that's what it is. It is a port of the PlayStation version, and that's not a bad thing, except it's a bad port. Because the control scheme is really weird.
I mean, the control scheme, I don't know what you mean, because the control scheme, for me, doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the person, I think. Some people found it complicated.
Way too picky about it. There are obvious bugs. I mean, when I first walked into a new system, my frame rate just went completely down to like 10. It was not nice, but then the next day it was fine. I mean, I think you got to realize that yes, it is a port. It's gonna have a bit of a bumpy ride. You've kind of got to be patient with games. I mean, not every game is perfect on release. Definitely not from such a small team. I do agree that there are a few bugs. I saw that some NPC buildings did seem to kind of edge off cliffs and slightly on top of the water but not in the water and not kind of attached to anything. So there was obviously like not game breaking bugs but
stuff you would notice but doesn't really impact much. Yeah,
exactly.
I think that's reasonable. A lot of other people have had not issues per se, but like there was a really big thread on Reddit, which basically it was a huge list of everything that was promised with No Man's Sky that apparently hasn't been delivered. Okay, so like stuff like they literally organized this. This thing was like thousands of characters long. Okay, it was like someone wrote an essay on No Man's Sky. Okay,
do they not have enough time? Do they not?
And what exactly?
Too much
but the
time.
thing is, a lot of the stuff that was in that list wasn't necessarily true. So the thing with No Man's Sky is every planet is going to be different. Okay, there's stuff that's going to be seen that you've never seen before. There's going to be stuff that you have seen on other planets, but not everything will be the same. But a lot of the stuff in this list that they had compiled that they said wasn't in the game was kind of proven false because people had found it. And now I don't know how the whole center of the galaxy thing works, but I'm pretty sure I do, in the sense that I've had hints from other people as to what it means. And if I'm right in thinking how it works, there's a reason people haven't seen this stuff. Because I was under the yeah, exactly. You have to explore.
It's an exploration game. For
yeah,
sake.
and the thing
Did they
is,
not get it in the title?
the people were just assuming that in the first galaxy, so to speak, was like there were only one type of planet, but it's been shown that there are at least 4 types of solar system. You know, and if people aren't seeing those solar systems, how will they know whether they've seen stuff or not? You know.
Exactly.
And it's a bit of a shame because I think the game is good. Do I think it's worth $60? No. Do I think it's worth maybe $40? Yes. I think it's a reasonably well-polished game. You know, there are obviously some major flaws with it that need to be fixed, but they will be fixed, I imagine.
Oh yeah.
You know,
I mean, they've already said that they have got an experimental patch out.
Yeah, which people have been
PC.
playing with to see if it's any better, and
it has.
It has, yeah. So I've got to give the game looks good. Is there a lot of stuff that was promised that isn't in it? Yes. Is that how game dev works? Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
people don't know that.
Exactly.
Like,
Two of us are
YouTube
game
do,
devs. Yeah. Two of us are game devs. We know that stuff doesn't happen sometimes. Like Dawn can attest to this. She just finished making a game and it was published, and a lot of stuff that they wanted to do wasn't in it.
It was frustrating because, you know, I was the designer. I'd written all these design documents and combat systems and systems for how the enemies would interact with the characters, and in the end none of it went in. And I was like, what is this game that's come out the other end? Like, this isn't what I designed. So it can be a really strange experience working in game dev, and I think as soon as you make anything over £50, you're automatically going to get some people who complain, because it's at that level where it's a bit more than people want to pay, and it's a bit of a pain to pay more than that, so they want it to be perfect, and obviously no game is ever perfect. So
it's true. It's just the way game dev works. So that's what we've got to do.
It's an investment. Definitely for No Man's Sky, it's an investment. Because you've got so many, you know, they're not doing DLC, so it's all going to be free updates.
Yeah.
So you're essentially paying £40 for a game that's going to carry on for years, hopefully.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. But yeah, anyway, we'll move on. So the next subject is Twitch has recently bought out Curse. Now, there's been a lot of backlash about this. So people have been complaining that that Twitch bought Curse over Discord. And people have been saying, well, why didn't they just buy Discord? Because that's what every gamer pretty much has installed on their PC right now. If you don't, you're the minority now. But basically people were not very happy that Curse was bought by Twitch, because they assume that Curse Voice is the only part of Curse that people use, which I think is a bit, you know, ignorant. But I think I personally think that's good. You know, Curse is an incredibly large network. It owns very many different types of games. It owns MMO Champion, which is one of the most popular websites for MMO stuff. You know, there's stuff like, you know, it owns the Minecraft Feed the Beast mod packs, which we've been playing. You know, that sort of stuff. And I think it's a good move. You know, I like the idea of Twitch acquiring stuff. Do I think Twitch should be focusing on other things, like fixing their platform? Yes. But as it goes, it's not a bad idea. And the thing is some people don't like Discord. You know, some popular streamers have had issues with it. Like, one notable one is Destiny. So Destiny is a Twitch streamer. He went to use Discord because someone suggested it to him, and the first thing he got when he accepted an invite was the sound basically went up to full blast and made his ears hurt. Like, he couldn't actually hear anything because of how loud the join sound was. You know, and so some people don't like Discord, but I don't think Curse on its own is a bad thing. I think that Curse Voice isn't very good personally, but I think the Curse app, the new one that they've brought out, the new one that people use for like World of Warcraft and Minecraft and things like that, is good. You know, I've used it. I think it's a really good app. It's getting better than it used to be. You know, we've all had to use it, so you know.
I mean, now that Twitch just got it, then it's surely going to only improve. Considering
well, that's the hope. Yeah.
Well, Twitch is very good with their like just services, so I'm looking forward to kind of using it.
Yeah.
I associate Curse more with like add-ons and stuff, because back in the days, you know, when I used add-ons on WoW, that's what I think of for Curse. But,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're two big companies, two successful companies, and hopefully it's going to be a good thing. So.
I think overall it'll be a good decision, but we won't dwell too much on that. We'll move on to the next one, which is the Hearthstone expansion, One Night in Karazhan.
Hey,
so if you guys haven't seen this, it is Blizzard's new Hearthstone expansion, One Night in Karazhan, and it takes place in Medivh's castle, Karazhan, and you get to experience the wonderful party that has 90s porn music, a giant feast with lots of magic, and it looks really cool. So they've brought out a load of new cards and new gameplay mechanics. You know, the Ben Brode was under a little bit of fire for one of the cards he released in this called Purify. People who don't play Hearthstone have heard about this. So Purify was a bad card they made, which was basically, it was a 2 mana cost spell for Priest, who is arguably, if not like objectively, the worst class in Hearthstone right now.
Yeah.
And basically, we had what ended up happening was it was a 2 mana spell which silenced a friendly minion and drew a card, which is like really bad for Hearthstone cards. Like, that is objectively the worst card in the game. And so like Ben Brode was under a lot of fire for this card that he released, and he ended up making a video about it explaining why they did it and, you know, what it was. But to be fair, a lot of the cards in the new expansion, they're pretty good. You know, you have stuff like Firelands Portal, which is objectively the most OP card that they released. It's a 7 cost card, a mage spell, so given to the strongest class in Hearthstone. And it's a common card, which means it'll always be in like arena, and it deals 5 damage to anything that you pick, and it summons a 5 cost minion for 7 mana, which is insane.
Oh my god, that card's
I like
amazing.
Ben Brode though, because he will admit if he's done something
Oh yeah,
wrong,
he
or if
admitted
feels
what he
that
did.
He's unbalanced it.
Yeah,
So.
like he tried to explain why he did it. He acknowledged that it was probably a bad time to release the card, and you know, it wasn't intended to be like a competitive card. It was intended to be something to bring some fun. But I think it was really bad, and one of the big YouTube and Twitch streamers for Hearthstone, Creparian, he made a couple of rant videos on both the Firelands Portal and the Purify, and it was kind of, they were like opposite ends of the spectrum. So the Firelands Portal rant was about how it's too OP and for mage, and then the other one was for Purify and how it was so trash, why did they give it to Priest? But we'll see. I think it's out now. The first like wing of the expansion is free to play as well. So like, if you guys want to do that, I'd suggest like booting up some Hearthstone and like playing through it, because it's kind of cool the way that the card mechanics work, and I'd highly suggest you play it. You know, even if you don't play Hearthstone that much, just try it out. You know, what harm could it be? And yeah, Karazhan was always fun.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically it from the expansion. But yeah, so next up we have freebies. So we have a freebie this week. Splinter Cell was last week's freebie giveaway from Ubisoft. So Ubisoft are celebrating 30 years of being together, and so every month they are giving away a new game for free that they've had in their previous collection of games. This month's is Rayman Origins. So I don't know if either of you have played Rayman before at all.
A little bit of Rayman, like a tiny bit when I was younger.
I think I was a bit old.
Yeah, so
into gaming at the time.
Rayman's pretty cool. You can grab it for free. We'll make sure the link is on the VOD. If you want any of the links for this stuff, make sure that you check out the VOD when it goes up on YouTube. That should be tomorrow. So
on the Clueless
go do that.
Channel.
On the Clueless Collective channel. So you should go check that out. So yeah, Rayman Origins, you can grab that for free.
I already have.
Yeah, I already have as well. You know,
So
worth it.
Enjoy playing that.
Worth it. And like Rayman in general as a franchise has been pretty strong. You know, people like Rayman. It's fun. You know, it's fun. It's got a good comedy aspect to it. You know, it's a platformer. You know, what could go wrong, basically. But yeah, so if you want that, go for it. Go wild.
Do it.
So
Oh,
to follow on from that, we have our question of the week. So our question of this week is thoughts on the new Overwatch map and the competitive mode. I want to know what you guys think of it. You know, did you think it looked cool? Did you think you would enjoy playing on it? You know, what did you think of the the competitive changes? You know, for season 2. Tell us what you think. And while you're at that, because I know you're all gonna get on that typing bandwagon, we're doing a giveaway this week, as per every week. So, courtesy of Zeopalookas in the chat right there.
Thank you, Zeo.
Every week we are giving away a game on the podcast, and this week we are giving away Lethal League. So, in order to enter for that, you have to do one simple thing, which is just type in the word Lethal League with no spaces. Type that in the chat, and you can grab yourself a free game. It's a really cool game. It's basically, if you haven't seen it, what it is a baseball game with a twist. Think Street Fighter mixed with baseball. So you play a character, you get a baseball bat, and you've got to smack a ball at your opponent and knock them out. And the ball can go super fast, and every time you hit it, it gets faster and faster and faster and faster. And then eventually, you'll get to a point where it's so fast, you just have to know where it is, or you'll die. It's super fun. The characters are really fun to play with. You know, I'd highly recommend that you enter this gameplay, even if you're not too interested in it, because I guarantee you'll have fun with it. And it's co-op as well. So if you have 2 friends round or something, you can hook up some controllers, and you can both play together. You can play online as well, I think. So, like, it's totally worth it. It's a good, fun game, and I'd highly recommend it.
Party game.
Yeah, it's a great party game. It's even good for tournaments. So me and Dawn, where we go to university, we played a Lethal League tournament where everyone just got together and did like a best of 32 round tournament at Lethal League. It was super fun. And like,
we never played it before. But
never played it.
Got up there and did it.
It was really good fun, and I'd highly suggest.
Didn't you?
Yeah, I won I won 3 games, and then I lost to the best player there, who had like
wrecked.
hours of experience on this game. But it was super fun. It's super fun. But yeah, so if you guys want to enter that, make sure you type in the word Lethal League, and you have a chance to win. And yeah. So Sour Scream has said, I think the new Overwatch map is going to be fun. It's nice to see new content for a game that feels new. And at least to me, for the competitive changes, I think we'll see how it plays out. I agree. Yeah. I think the competitive is going to be something we need to keep an eye on. Jeff Kaplan has said before, you know, he's going to keep an eye on it. You know, he's making sure that he knows what people say is taken on board. You know, he's done this before. Like he said, you know, sudden death, people hate it. It's out. It's gone. Never coming back. You know, and I think
they tried it, didn't work, got rid of it.
Yeah, and the thing is I really like the fact that they have these developer updates every week, or not every week, but like every time something new is coming forward, and you know, I like the idea that they're communicating with the audience. I think that's one of Overwatch's strongest points, is that they have an interactive community, and like they get developer responses on the forums all the time. You know, like just recently someone was saying how they were like, we don't like, you know, how McCree was with the Fan the Hammer back when he used to be able to shred anyone with just his right click. And Jeff Kaplan responded in the forums many times like, yeah, we get it. we think it's OP
You know about the
too.
problem?
We're going to try and fix it. Did the same with Diva, and look how that turned out. So I think that's good. And in terms of the Overwatch map, I think it looks pretty cool. You know, I think it's going to be a fun map, you know, and it's going to be something that people are going to invest a lot of time in. You know, I just hope we see it a lot in rotation. Because I think one thing that we've all noticed while playing is that sometimes you get the same map multiple times, but then you don't get one of the maps like ever in like your entire play session. And then so I hope we get to see it a lot is what I'm hoping.
Something new.
We did. I think it was about time. It was about time. You know, the Lucio Ball thing with the Summer Games was cool, but that's only a brawl. I think new maps were required for this to get any further. You know.
Yeah. I think we'll have to wait until like maybe Halloween or something and get some nice, cool.
Oh yeah, Halloween. I'm really hoping we get a decent Halloween map, or at least reskins of existing maps with Halloween themes. That would be cool. You know, like a Halloween Dorado or something.
Yeah, they'll just put lanterns everywhere.
Yeah. I can just imagine, because so Dorado is really cool because the gang that lives there uses glow-in-the-dark paint, so I think it'd be really cool if we had a bit where it's like really, really dark and all like the signs and stuff on the wall are all like glow-in-the-dark images and stuff like that of like their gang signs. I think that would be really awesome.
That would be really cool.
God damn it, you've made me want something that's probably never going to happen. Damn it, why?
But hey, did you see? There's a photo in one of the starting areas. I think it's Gibraltar.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of Mercy in a Halloween costume. Is it that one?
Might be. Could be.
And I hope that they do a skin on that.
Oh, that would be cool.
That would be nice. It'd be nice just to.
I'm imagining Diva piloting a giant pumpkin.
Oh my god! Halloween and Christmas.
Oh yeah, Christmas would be good too. Yeah. Alright guys, so that marks the time of the giveaway. So, reminder, just in case you want to enter just at the last minute, what you have to do in order to enter is you have to type in the word Lethal League with no spaces. So I will type it again in the chat, just so you can enter the giveaway. And we will do that just shortly. So make sure you type in the word Lethal League. If I could spell right, that was. Because I can't. There you go. Yeah. Now I've started forgetting how to spell the word. Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. Type that in and you enter the giveaway. And we'll pick that in just a second. So is there anything else you guys want to add to the podcast? Just before we end?
I don't know. Come to the Clueless Collective every week.
Yeah, come along. We have fun. Nice. You know, we like bringing new content and news to you guys. You know, it won't necessarily be every week because, you know, obviously there's 3 of us. It's going to be kind of hard to organise this all together. You know, we're very busy. Life. But we try. You know, we really do want to make this something that is regular and something you guys can enjoy. I'd highly suggest you check out the previous episodes that we've done on the YouTube channel. You can find it by either Googling the Clueless Collective, or you can find the podcast link just up a bit in the chat. Zio has kindly linked that for us. I'll try to get this episode up by tomorrow in case you didn't catch all of it or you want to rewatch it for any reason. And all of the links, as per usual, will be in the VOD description when we upload to the channel. So if there's anything you were particularly interested in that we talked about and you don't want to look for it yourself, have a look around tomorrow, look on the video and you'll find it there. So that'll be really cool. So that marks the end of the stream. The giveaway winner is, drumroll please, Jacques Plays. So congratulations. We will give you your key. It will be Lethal League. We will send it to you over Twitch in just a bit. Don't worry if you like missed the message or something. It's yours. You get to keep it. Enjoy playing it. And we also have a second code for it as well, which we're going to be giving away on the next episode. So, if Jacques wants to play with someone else, we're giving away a second copy of Lethal League next week, so make sure you're around for that as well. And hopefully, we'll be able to see some gameplay of that next week as well. So we hope you had fun. We definitely did. I hope.
Oh, yeah.
I hope. Yeah, good. Okay, good. That's sorted. And we'll definitely see you guys next time. So have a good one, guys. Bye-bye!